Hi, my name is Lena, and I have played Baldur's Gate 3 quite a lot. I've accumulated almost 500 hours. At the moment, I am at 478.9 hours in the game. That's almost 500. I could say 500. But it felt like more. I always thought I was over 500. But maybe you have seen some of my playthroughs. I have like 8, 10, 12 playlists of Baldur's Gate 3. Even I have lost the overview and I don't even know how many I've done, but I've done a few and maybe you have seen them. And I thought, as somebody who has played the early access so much and really loves and enjoys it, and while I'm recording this, it's only 9 days until the full release, so it's almost there. So I thought to myself, do I have some valuable tips that are spoiler-free for people who are starting to play the game for the first time? And I have some that are like the essentials for you to know, and you shouldn't overlook them. So without further ado, let's venture forth. So the first tip is definitely explore everything. Take your time, really go into every crevices, every little thing you could think about to loot, to look at. Go there, try it. You can even look at the map. The places you can go to, that you can reach, are colored in white. And I didn't do this at first. I kind of tried to really pay attention to the map now as well, the mini-map, and to really try and see where I can go. There are hidden places. I have some shorts and I get a lot of questions where that they didn't find something, that they didn't reach a certain area, that they don't know where it is. And I can tell you there are hidden places. I haven't found everything yet, and it's really important to try and find everything. If there's a path, follow it. That's my first advice to you. I even missed a whole area in the Grimforge area in the Underdark. I didn't even know existed in there. And I think it's pretty important for the plot as well, so really take it from me and explore as much as you can. My second tip for you is loot. Loot everything. Take everything with you that you can, especially money and food. Life is expensive and so is resting. You need camp supplies to rest. If you don't have enough camp supplies, well, good luck. You can't have a full rest now. You can have a partial rest. If you run out of food, well, you can't rest at all. So really rest. You really needed to recover your spell slots. You needed to recover your health. So please take the food with you and try to implement the send to camp feature. You can right click on objects and you can send them to camp. So you don't run the risk of encumbering yourself, or, you know, if your inventory is full, you can still take stuff with you and you can still sell it somewhere, because you're gonna need the money. If you don't want to just pickpocket everything and steal everything, send it to camp. It's great. Just send it to camp. My third tip is about combat. Really look around the area that you are about to fight in. Try and circle in the enemy. You know, your positioning is very important. Try not to be in one big clump running into combat. And the first few combats you're gonna get into, you don't know where combat is gonna start, so you might be in a big clump, and that's okay. But just try when you can see that there is a combat about to start, you know, position yourself, maybe even sneak in so you can get a sneak attack in, especially with Astarion or your rogue characters. Also, high ground is very important, and you do get a big bonus on attack rolls. So I really recommend even maybe sneaking and then getting the high ground with your ranged characters is really good. Sneaking into combat, maybe even on high ground with your ranged characters, you will get the initiative, your other characters will still be hidden, and they can still do sneak attacks if they are not discovered. And it does give you a big boost in combat to be able to be on top of it. Also, put attention to magical items. There are magical items who work beautifully together, like the flaming sword and the circlet of fire. If you deal fire damage, you will get, I think it was like a spell slot or something back that you can use. Something like that. But use them efficiently. Really pay attention to it and try to do it, but, you know, don't be like me, because I normally don't do that and I look over it. My fourth tip for you is quick saving is your best friend, and I don't shame you if you want to load cheat a little bit, right? You may fail a dice roll and you may be like me and you might accidentally do something that devastates you and you didn't want to do it. Well, you can load cheat. You know, it's okay. We don't judge. You do you, boo. But also, even though I didn't have many issues in the game, for the last patch my game files were a little bit corrupted. I don't know, but I had some crashes, so you just want to save. You don't want to do everything again that you just did, and then you might have a beautiful natural 20 for some amazing thing, and you were able to have a grand solution for your problem, and the game might crash. And if the game crashes, oh well, you gotta do it again. But oh no, now you got a natural 1. You critically failed, and now you're in trouble. So quick save, just quick save. It's your best friend. My fifth tip for you is about dialogue and your experience in the game. We all know that the game changes drastically, and no 2 playthroughs will ever be the same. But I have some tips for you for dialogue and the experience that you might not know when you first start the game. So your game experience depends a lot on some of the choices you make before the game even starts. Dialogue options change with the race and the class that you choose. So let's say you're a barbarian elf. Well, then you get some choices for barbarians and some choices for elves. But if you are, let's say, a cleric dwarf, you get way different dialogue options and your game changes. You might be able to have solutions for situations that other people don't have. You know, that's one thing, and I do recommend playing as different characters and different classes, different races, just to experience the whole game. But you can also multi-class in the full game, so you could have every class and have every dialogue option available to you. And switch it up. Don't only use your character Tav to talk to people. Maybe talk to people as Lae'zel, as Shadowheart, as Astarion. Your experience might change, and the dialogue might change too. Just try it out here and there. Some people are more efficient to use in dialogue in certain quests and with certain people because they're just more proficient in some ways than others. And Lae'zel might be better to use in a way where you know you will intimidate somebody. It might be hard to do on your first playthrough, I admit it. I'm still not good at it. I use Tav for almost every dialogue I engage in, but it's really fun and good to switch it up and try to use your different characters and really implement their strengths into your gameplay. Also, for your experience, take characters with you that make sense for the quests you are doing. I won't spoil anything here, but it does change your experience a lot if you take a certain character or your characters for their quests. You even get different approvals from your party members if they are together in a group than if you leave somebody out. So it really changes your experience of the game if you have your different companions with you. And even more so if you take them on their quests or on different quests. So also here, like, replay value is super high. You might even get different cutscenes, different comments from your companions. So try to switch it up. Try to take some people with you and try to think about who might be good to take with you for certain quests. I also encourage you to take different approaches when playing the game. You might want to play Baldur's Gate 3 a couple of times, not only to see everything, but your experience changes so much with your choices. Let's say you have a good playthrough, well, the evil one, do it. It's so much fun. And you can even try the Dark Urge now. It might not be the biggest tip for like your first run, like know that it's probably not your only playthrough. I do encourage you to play the game in multiple different ways. Also, maybe try to approach situations a little bit differently. You might want to just start combat, but maybe try and talk first. Or do it the other way around. Instead of talking, just do the fighting. You might then miss out on like cutscenes or certain things, but it sometimes might be best to just attack. And the other way around, maybe it might be good to just not attack and talk and try a different approach to situations. And the game can feel so different when you take different approaches. I want to really emphasize this. There is no wrong way of playing Baldur's Gate 3. Just play the way you want to play. If you're not super efficient, oh well. You're not super efficient, me neither. You are doing mistakes because you don't know much about D&D, that's fine too. You are super knowledgeable about D&D? Oh wow, that's amazing. Like, I want to know. Maybe share with us what cool ways you found to implement all the magic weapons together and now you're super OP. There is no wrong way to play the game. Just enjoy it, just play it. And don't tell people how to play the game. Let everybody experience it the way they want to play the game. My 7th tip is about the companions. So I don't know how many of you guys know this, but there is a favoritism system. Your companions do know who your favorite person is. And it works in the way that you have 3 people. The first 3 people you talk to, they know who you have talked to. Your other companions know who you have talked to, and their dialogue changes accordingly. The first person knows they are the first person you talk to, so you might get the full deep conversation with them. The second person, you might get the full, the full conversation with them too, but maybe a little bit different. The third person knows they're the third person, and the dialogue changes. You might not get the deepest conversation with them. And then the 4th, 5th, 7th, whatever, the last, they know, and I know the first 3 people are the most important, and I think even after that, the conversation might not even happen. They might not even want to talk to you. The conversation might be short, quick, there's not much depth to it, so really think about who you want to talk to. If you want to talk to the same person all the time, because your other companions know who your favorite is, if you talk to the same person again and again. I don't know if it plays a role in the romance, but maybe you also want to switch it up a little bit, try to talk to people first, or, have like a rotation system. Talking to one companion might be, in this situation, might be better than talking to another person. So again, don't be like me and only talk to Astarion, but also you might want to switch it up. And I think it's a very important thing to know that there is a favoritism system, because I didn't know it at first, and I was missing out on dialogue, cutscenes. So just know that there is one, and the first 3 companions are important. That not only their dialogue changes, but the dialogue of all the companions change. And that you sometimes even can talk to the other companions after you talked to the first 3. And my last tip does not only apply to the companions, but to everyone. Because every single character you meet seems to be important. Some more than others, like some are really just NPCs, like Oblivion NPCs, right? They're just there for dialogue and to be there. But some people might be more important than you think, and they might have a quest for you later on in the game. So everybody seems important. So try to keep as many people alive as you can, because otherwise you might, and again, miss out on certain quests in your first run. But then again, oh well, it's just another playthrough. This game is there probably for us all to play for years and years to come. And I think Larian said that no 2 games will ever be the same, because there are so many permutations throughout the game. But I hope that I was able to help you a little bit with my spoiler-free tips. Let me know if you have any more spoiler-free tips in the comments. And I wish everybody an amazing time playing this beautiful game of Baldur's Gate 3. And if you're interested, I am going to be streaming Baldur's Gate 3, the full version, on the 3rd of August on my Twitch. stream. And I will post the link down below. It's in my description, but I'm also gonna pin it in the comments. And I will have very long streams from the 3rd of August until the 7th of August, and then we will see how we will continue. But if you want to see it live, you can do it on there. And I'm also gonna record these live streams. I'm gonna make episodes of them and post them on YouTube as well, so you can all watch it whenever you want to. But yeah, only if you're interested, you know, follow me on Twitch, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I trust that this video gave you the tips that you needed for your first playthrough, and I hope that I was able to give you some more information that you might have not known about. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and have an amazing time with Baldur's Gate 3. Bye!